Today, I want to speak to you about my own spiritual journey and my own awakening process. It's been about 6 years or so that I've been going through this process, and I've stayed pretty much to myself throughout the process. I haven't really posted it out in social media or spoken with a lot of people about this process that I've gone through. However, with everything that's happening in the world, I really feel the need to come out and speak out about the awakening, about the need for all of us to come together, about the need for 8 billion leaders in the world to stand up and step into their true potential. We need the help of everyone. We need to collaborate more to bring peace to the world. Each of us has a soul plan, a soul mission, something bigger of why you came to Earth for. In the path of remembering what you came to do and what your mission is, there are many lessons for us to learn along the way. We're all students and teachers of each other. I want to invite you today to look within. Try to quiet the outside distractions, the outside fears, the outside crumbling of your life. When I was going through my own awakening process, everything that was true to me at that point crumbled. A business I had, my marriage, everything I believed to be true. I did everything I was supposed to do, or I was told to do by society. I reached the peak of my career, the peak of my salary, the home of my dreams, and everything else that I thought I wanted. And once I reached that, and I noticed that was not it. That was not it. I had a deep, deep void in me. And I believe many of you could probably relate to this deep void and struggling to make real connections, deep connections, because you feel something's missing, right? So it's been a very long road of everything crumbling, of looking within, of expanding my perspective and not be so set on stone on one particular truth, but being open to changing my perspective at different angles, and using my discernment and my gnosis, my own inner compass, to tell me, okay, this resonates, this doesn't resonate. Let me keep pulling on this thread. Let me keep asking this question. So when you begin to ask deeper questions, right, about why you're here, what is your true purpose, where is source, these type of deeper questions, that's where it's at. If you're a dark moment right now, because a lot is going on in October with the eclipse and everything that has been happening, a lot of things will begin to crumble and you will begin to question everything, really. And that's perfect. That's perfect. You're in a perfect place. Be compassionate with yourself. Be loving with yourself. Be patient with yourself. It's all a process. It's a process. It all has cycles, just like nature. Be patient and trust that everything is happening for your higher good. Believe that with your heart and trust and surrender. Surrendering and acceptance has been one of the two hardest lessons for me so far in this journey. And getting to that point, being able to find that inner peace, that balance, that inner harmony. And I'm not saying I'm there 100% of the time. I'm saying I have tools that have helped me to find these emotions, this peace, this knowing, and to be able to access all of it within myself without having to need outside validation. And it's perfect if meanwhile you need to listen to this video, other videos, podcasts, books, Whatever it is that piques your interest is perfect to empower you. But all of those courses and everything else that you're doing should really be leading you back to yourself. They're all mirrors to look within, to go inside and really explore what lives inside of you and your subconscious and your unconscious. What is directing your thoughts, right? Ask deeper questions. How is food influencing us? How is music? How is frequency? How is everything, right, that we're going through as a whole, as a collective, right? How is all of that affecting us? How is fear influencing the choices that we make? How are certain things that are placed around us guiding us to make different decisions? How are they pushing us into fight or flight mode? And what can you do in your power to go within, right? To find that stillness, those answers, to access the quantum field of infinite knowledge and source within yourself. The Library of Alexandria, the Golden Library, El Dorado, all of these things are within you. And the more questions you begin to ask, the better. The more chaotic you feel your life is, that nothing makes sense, please be patient. Please trust the process. Everything is unfolding for your highest good. It just may not seem that way because you're in the eye of the storm at the moment. But all of this is leading you or pushing you into alchemy. It's an alchemical process. It's a purification process. It's a process that the soul must go through to remember who you are. Remember at your core. Remember your mission. With everything happening in the world, I call on 8 billion leaders to step into their own truth, into their own knowing, without waiting for any government, outside forces, or anyone to validate who you are, how you need to be, what you need to look like, what you need to believe in. And definitely start to question why so much emphasis on separation. Why is that? Why can't we look more about our similarities? If you look back in time throughout all religions, it doesn't matter what the face they put on a higher power is, what the name is. They all believe in a higher power. All the sacred geometry, they all have so much in common. Whether you call it one name or call it the other, they all have same representations. A lot show the feminine and masculine, the divine union, achieving enlightenment or achieving a higher state of consciousness, right? So start looking at the similarities within us. A lot of us are waking up more and more and more. This past week has been very rough in the sense that a lot of the clients that have been coming to me, they're going through very difficult processes. I've had a lot of clients with suicide ideation, a lot of clients going through a rough process in their own mental health right now. And these are all very difficult processes. They're starting to wake up and ask all these questions, and they're not having any really point of reference. And when they're getting diagnosed with all these things, like, they're alone. They don't feel the right support. They're being medicated. And I have nothing against healthcare. I'm a nurse practitioner. I've been down that path. I've been a nurse practitioner for 10 years. And it's beautiful that we have so many tools, right? I'm not discarding any one tool or saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying, like, there are other things, right, that maybe Western medicine is not familiar with, that maybe indigenous people, aboriginals have this knowledge, right? Earth keepers, and just more information about what else is out there what else are we aside from our physical body, right? And just deeper questions about the cosmos, about the universe, about the multiverse, right? That's where you want to start peeking into, if it resonates with you, right? If you're starting to wonder, what else is there? Is this all there is in my life? Is this all there is this truth? and you'll begin to find out by yourself what tools resonate for you most. Like for me, breath work has been a huge catalyst in my life. I am forever grateful to have found breath work at a really dark time in my life. Meditation. I was a person, I could barely sit still for 2 minutes and meditate. And now I cannot be without meditation. I do sunrise and sunset meditations as much as possible. I just love and enjoy being in a meditative state because I can access higher states of consciousness. I can access so much information within me, and it's not just me, and it's not just reserved for the guru, and it's not just for whoever steps on top of a mountain, although that helps, like a darkness retreat, a silent retreat, being on a mountain, being in direct contact with nature. It's a huge help, and that is because you're blocking external distractions, right? You're not on whatever platform, you're not interrupted by notifications all the time, and you're really setting that time and that space to look within. So that is so important. That's what I invite you in this chaos that we're living and we're going through right now. Go within. Go within. That's all I could say. Don't expect for somebody or some government or something to come and save you, right? Look within, sit with yourself, explore yourself, start asking questions. Another beautiful tool that has served me has been being able to access my Akashic records. That was a beautiful, beautiful tool. I learned that about 5 or 6 years ago when I first started. It was a catalyst. It opened a door to magic. It opened a door to magic. That's what I could say, right? So I invite you to look at what other tools out there. And for example, plant medicine. It has been a huge catalyst for me to learn from these master plants. And there's so much knowledge and so many avenues. Yoga is amazing. There's a lot of other energy work modalities that are amazing. And you're gonna find out eventually when you start or continue this process, wherever you're at is perfect, by the way. We all have a different timeline. We're all doing different things for the divine plan that is absolutely perfect. There's not one higher than the other or one more important than the other, because then that would also be causing separation, right? The awakened, the unawakened. If pranic healing is better than Reiki, if XYZ is better than, shamanic healing is better than the other type, it's all separation. Think about you, what resonates with you, right? So you have your own inner gnosis. You will know. It will bring you love. It will bring you peace. It will bring you harmony. When you are practicing these types of practice, you will just know. It's a knowing that you have that it's good. And it's also the intention that you set forth with the energy that you're working with, right? We have so many things right now, light language, galactic federation, the Star Brothers and Sisters, the Neteru. I mean, we have so many things, right? But all of this is take what resonates, right? Take what serves you in your path and see how you can incorporate that and what really resonates with you and what you could learn. And kind of you're gonna build your own way, like what works for you, right? And most importantly is not what is outside, right? What's already there, it's what's inside of you, right? Accessing that library of knowledge within you by accessing higher states of consciousness, whether it's through breath work, meditation, psychedelics, or whatever your choice of going within is perfect for you. So I invite you to look within in these times of much needed peace in the world, much needed peace within ourselves, much needed clarity and understanding of why we're here, what we really came here to do. So I will let you sit with that, and I hope some of this resonates, and overall I hope you begin to ask questions, okay? And if you find that maybe you're ahead, or you've been on this awakening journey for years, there's infinite information for us to learn. It's a continuous unfolding, a continuous awakening, a continuous expansion of evolution. for all of us, for the multiverse in general, right? So it's really just a beautiful thing, to continue expanding together, to support each other on this journey. I promise you that you are not going crazy. You are not alone. This is just a big change that all of us are going through. Mother Earth is going through it. Consciousness itself, soars, all of us are expanding together into this awareness of oneness. And it's perfect. It's perfect where we're at. There are many ways to reach the top of the mountain. And then when you do, you'll find out there's so many more mountains to reach and to explore, right? So just welcome everything with an open heart. And I will leave you with a huge, huge lesson that was passed on to me in this journey, which is transfer your senses to the heart, right? So learn to listen with your heart, learn to see with your heart, and learn to do everything from your heart. That would be the most important. Listen to your heart. Let that be your inner compass, your inner guidance. And that has all the information that you need. Just follow your heart.